Good morning, campers. This is Crusader Rabbit, KBNY 5962, starting our broadcasting day. And today, for your viewer enjoyment, bringing you something we received in the mail today, a eBay purchase. It's some Minolta 16 film for our Minolta 16 camera. So it comes in a special cartridge that's designed to fit into this receptacle. And we didn't have it, so we went out on eBay and we bought this box of Minolta color film for prints. And when I received it, I started opening it up. Now, I was doing some research, and apparently the cartridges that are marked in a box like this are suggested to not take out into bright light, because the film might get exposed inside of the cartridge or get fogged inside of the cartridge. The cartridge itself is not considered to be fully light bright and might not have like a light leak, but a light penetrating the cartridge. Anyway, let's open this up. Let's see, instant loading, color film for prints, Minolta 16, expires June 73, so that's 50 years, that's 50-year-old color film. And just want to show you the ASA 100 DIN 20, and carton contains Kodak Ectacolor film, respooled and repackaged by Minolta Corporation, wholly independently of the original manufacturer. So when I opened it up, it has one film container, and then it has what looks like two mailers. I'm not quite sure they give you two. There's only one roll of film here. But basically, it's a little envelope to go ahead and mark mark what you're sending in, and you put in the proper remittance, and you put on your postage stamps, and then you go ahead and mail it to Minolta and put in your return address and then their proper East Coast, West Coast address you would fill in there. Not quite sure why I have two of these in the one roll of film, but I did. And then when I opened up the film, well, this had this film container, cartridge container, had this wrapper around, but it was already broken. It was kind of broken right over the top of this. It looked like it had been opened already and then just re-taped over and resealed, but the seal had been broken. And when I opened it up, there were two wrappers very similar to this around the individual film spools, both the return spool and the undeveloped film spool. There was tape around those to make sure that the lids didn't accidentally come off. However, there was no film in between the two canisters, which made me feel like this had been put into a camera and run through the camera. And indeed, when I went into the dark room and took off both of the tapes on both of the canisters, I opened this one first, and indeed there was film wrapped around the take-up spool. So I believe that the film that I had was indeed exposed. So I took that film, I put it in a spare 35 millimeter film canister holder, and then I took that film canister holder, I put a piece of tape around it so that I would, in fact, one of the two that was around here, and it actually, on that piece of tape, it actually specified this exactly, color print film ASA 80. And I took that piece of tape and I put it around the film, and then I took that and put it in a spare daylight developing tank to keep it safe from exposure, accidental exposure, fogging. But I wasn't really concerned that the film had already been exposed, even though I believe the auction didn't say that the film was exposed. I thought I was getting unexposed film. But I really wanted the canister just for black and white. And I was planning on respooling with my own black and white film. I have a 16 millimeter, 35 millimeter to 16 millimeter film splitter. So I will be loading this up soon, and then loading up our Minox 16 and running some film through it. And then I'll take that film and put it in probably a separate video. I'll probably put this video on as is. So as you can see, this is the canister, and we can verify that indeed it does go into the Minox B. Hopefully it comes out without having to do a lot of shenanigans. There, and that fit down nice and smooth, and that closes, and then it just pops right back out again. There we go. So we're set to go with some Minolta 16. Have I been saying Minox and not Minolta? We are set to go for some Minolta 16 film adventures. So I think at this time we're going to shut down this video. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY 5962, ending our broadcasting day. Good night, campers.